Hey y'all, it's your girl Lisa, and I'm back with my boy
Brian.
Hey, and we are here chilling on the couch on a Sunday evening. We were sitting here just relaxing, and it's storming, and
Yeah, it is raining outside.
yeah, no, and we were just sitting here having just a good conversation. So we decided to turn on the camera. So we real chill, like sitting and relaxing clothes, no makeup, glasses. We just we really are just chilling, y'all. So we decided to come on.
You have so much personality for this, though. I have to tell you that.
So, thanks,
yeah, it's
babe.
so much liver when you do it.
Thanks, babe. You were doing a good job too. I got to get you out of your comfort zone.
Nah, I'm out of it. I'm good. I think you just real good at this, though.
He's like, I'm out of it because
I'm good. I'm 100.
This is what it's gonna be. This is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And you're cute. But anywho, so
thank you.
Yeah, so we just wanted to sit here and let you guys in on how we just sit here and chill and relax. So with that being said, we were sitting here and we were thinking of games that we can play. So we are going to play this word association game that I'm going to throw out a word to him, and he's going to give me one word, maybe two, that relates to that word or the first thing that pops up in his mind when I say this word. Or maybe how he feels about the word. I don't know. And then he'll...
Can I get facial expressions?
Yeah, because you're good at that. Oh my God. And then he'll throw words back at me. Y'all think I'm always, acting up and doing the most. This dude is hilarious. So here we go. I'm going to throw out some words and you just hit me back with what you think. Go. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
You. Did I answer too quick to your... All right, go ahead.
All right. So, first word. School.
Me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm giving you the first word that comes to mind. You gotta keep going.
You? I said school.
Forever.
Okay. Black.
White.
Happy.
Sad. I have to say what it is. It's like I'm not going opposites. I'm just saying it's the first thing that came to my mind.
All right. Elephant.
You. First thing that came to my mind. Keep going.
Fence.
Jump.
Oh, okay. Railroad track.
Train.
Girlfriend.
You.
Hey. Water.
Swim.
Car.
Drive.
Ooh, light.
Shine.
Oh, okay. Royalty.
Us.
That's good. Money.
Broke. Cup half empty over here, not half full.
That's us. I love us. Picture.
Beautiful.
Camera.
YouTube.
Oh my goodness, what's another one? Shirt.
White.
Okay.
Bright white. Like my white shirts. T-shirts. Love. Shirts, T-shirts, love.
I thought you were about to ask me. All right, so throw some words at me.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah, your turn.
All right, so country.
Living.
Friends.
Family.
Love.
You. Funny.
Teeth.
White.
Teeth.
White.
All right.
Because you're looking at the camera, you see me smile.
I was trying to practice looking at the camera because I always look at you and I'm like, maybe it's time for me to start looking at the camera.
Okay. We're looking at y'all.
Dallas Cowboys.
Winners.
Winners. Super Bowl.
Not us.
Winners, not us. Yeah, this ought to get interesting.
Yeah, go.
Kindness.
Love.
Sad.
Happy.
Joyful.
Noise.
Prestigious.
Ooh. Prestigious. Ooh. I think of high, I guess. Is that a good word? High is not a good word.
Like marijuana?
No, not like marijuana high, but I guess I think
you want to get that new prestigious. You want to smoke on some of that Obama and some of that Trump and that prestigious. That Kush.
Stop it.
I don't know nothing. I'm just guessing.
Not that I'm thinking of like rankings, like social status, I guess.
All right. The boss.
Me. Remember that. Got it.
Girl's dad.
What?
Girl dad.
Oh, girl dad. Oh, Kobe.
Oh, you had to be sad.
I'm sorry.
Computer.
Lit.
Apple. Stay focused now. You know, after 10, you get giggly.
And it is after 10 o'clock, so I'm just laughing. Apple. Doctor.
Best friend.
Gina.
Pink.
My color.
Worst friend.
I don't have one.
Is that your first thought?
That is my first thought.
Are you answering the question?
Oh. My first thought was I don't have one. So worst friend, cheater.
Road trip.
Fun.
Blanket.
I need it.
Money.
Where is it?
Money cometh. Money cometh. I guess that's it.
That's it? All right. So that was...
It wasn't too painful, was it?
No, right?
No, it wasn't too painful.
That was fun. Y'all, we just sitting here chilling, like I said, acting silly.
I have a question for you.
Thinking of things to do. Okay, go ahead.
Not for somebody else, not me.
Okay.
Asking for a friend.
Okay.
But how did you know you were really interested in me? I'm meditating on this.
I knew that I was really interested in you when we went out on our first date. We went to Olive Garden. Well, first, let me go back.
Yeah, back on all the way back. I need all the details. I need to know. This need to be documented. Yeah, don't be waving your hair trying to buy time to think. Go and spit it out.
It's after 10, so you being silly too.
Spit it out. Talk. Let's talk. It's time for us to talk.
Yeah. Okay. So, really, when I knew I was interested was I asked you.
Yeah.
You asked me. You said you wanted to go out. You wanted to meet, and this was after we had talked on the phone for a while. Well, we texted for a while, then we talked on the phone for a while. And you were like, I really want to meet you. And I said, okay, well, if you want to meet me, then you can meet me at church.
Yeah.
And you said to me, what time does church start?
Mm-hmm.
What time does church start?
And is Jesus going to be there? Oh, I didn't ask that. Well, go ahead. Okay, I'm listening.
What time did church start? And which church was it? And you said you would be there. And I thought, this man is not going to show up at my church to meet me. I just thought, you were just talking. Lo and behold, I'm standing in front of the church because I am a greeter. I greet everyone into the church. And he walked right in and was like, hey, hello, how are you?
And what I whisper to you in your ear, tell it. Tell it.
You look better in person than you do.
I'm like, girl, you look fine, but I'm in church. I gotta lower my voice because these. No.
That's what he said.
I was like, ooh, girl, you look fine. I'm in church, so I ain't gonna say all that because I don't know who reading my lips up in here.
Yeah.
But I got real close and gave you a godly hug.
He did.
It was godly.
It was godly. But
I got to your ear. I don't know. I got to repent on that one.
No, you were fine.
You sure? I was like, girl, you look fine.
Yeah, because I was feeling it. Because when I saw you, I was like, oh, yeah. And then he was 6'3", and I was like, oh.
6'3", 220, all mass protoplasm.
I was like, hey, how you doing? And I wanted to hug him right then, but he was like,
we should have just had faith on it. We should have been operating in faith.
Yeah.
And been like, you mine, I'm yours.
Yeah.
Just go ahead on. Yep. We should have operated in faith.
No, but he was like, I'm gonna go sit down. I was like, okay, I'll be in there.
Yeah.
And he went, sat down, and I came and I sat beside him.
So that's when you knew that's when you knew.
I knew.
You knew like right away then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you came, when you actually showed up, And you actually, and I didn't have
so
to
what did
say
that
it
how did you
twice.
know, like what did that say to you? Like,
It just said to me, not only were you a man of your word,
yeah.
that you meant what you said, like you were gonna, show and prove, because you live 2 hours away. And so just to come to church with me for 2 hours, I was like, okay, that was impressive. So I didn't see it as a like a player move. I didn't see it as that. I just saw it as, this man is genuine. Like, he really means what he says, because you have been, kind of conditioning me when we were talking on the phone and texting. So, and then you followed it up with action. So I was like, and I only mentioned it once.
Yeah.
I only said it once. And I thought to myself, I'm not going to keep asking him. I'm not going to say it again. Nothing. I told him he wanted to meet me, he'll be at church.
Yeah.
And that following Sunday, you showed up. And did you show up?
Did I show up and show out?
And was looking good. And told me, girl, you fine. You look better in person.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I actually did. I remember, like, you did invite me to church. And then I don't know if you remember me telling you that before I showed up to church, I actually was online and talked directly to Pastor Love. Like, he had invited me to the church, and I thought that was impressive. Like, the pastor had actually invited me, or the wife.
You know what? I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, somebody I was communicating to. And I thought that was impressive. Like, the actual pastor is really communicating to people he don't really know. Yeah, making them feel welcome about being in his church environment. So, and I kept hearing about the church. Yeah, and then so when you had invited me, it was like confirmation that it's time for me to go to that church.
That's crazy.
So I knew then it was like time for me to go. But it was such a blessing that we were able to communicate and build some sort of an understanding of each other, and then also meet in that environment.
That's crazy, because I don't guess I ever thought about it like that happened beforehand. Yeah, I don't know why I felt like that happened after. But no, that was before.
It could have been. But I believe. I really do believe it was before.
Right. It was before. I just never really just thought it through. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I knew right away, like right then. And then he was like, after we got out of church, he's like, let's go eat. So I was like, all right. And then he asked me where I wanted to go. Just very gentlemanlike.
We went to your favorite spot.
Olive Garden.
Yep.
Came through, went to Olive Garden, hung out, talked.
McDonald's.
She can get cheese on it. Get cheese on your book. Anyway, we went, hung out, talked, and I didn't, really want him to leave. Like, I wanted us to sit there and just keep talking. He's like, yeah, gotta go. Yeah.
But that's how I knew, like, it was that conversation that I knew you was somebody of substance. I knew right away you were, like, super attractive. Like, you look better in person. Talking to you on the phone, it wasn't, attraction hadn't always been like, physical attraction hasn't always been like the dominant characteristic that I would consider it, like, getting into a relationship. But it's kind of like the first thing you're going to see about a person. So you were actually physically attractive. But when we did go to have lunch after church, and to hear, like, you were a person of substance, and, like, you really articulated, like, your thoughts and, like, where you had been. You were very transparent and open about things you had done in previous relationships, and just being like an honest person to me, things that most people would kind of hide and assume, like, I don't want to tell too much. You were just like, showing me who you were authentically. And we just had like a very frank conversation. I thought that was like very representative of a true you, instead of somebody showing their representative of somebody that's like them, but not like all of them, just only the best side. So I kind of felt like, this person, you were like really a cool person in that regard. So, then I became hopeful, like, man, I hope this has something to it. Yeah. More than just friendship or whatever, because just because we're friends or whatever, or just because we're building on a friendship, doesn't mean that, it has to go beyond that just because you're female. So, at that point I was like, I hope I get to know you better, and to build something greater at some point, if you if I happen to receive the revelation that you're a true woman of character, and the person that you actually present yourself to be, to some degree,
Yeah. And then you made it so easy too, like, to open up like that. You made it so easy, because I felt like what I had been through, and my secret things that I probably wouldn't tell somebody, like, right off, like, like I said, you conditioned me before all that because we were talking and texting. But to see you face to face and be able to talk to you about it and, you know, just give you a deeper insight on who I was and what I've been through and things that I've done, because like I said, I'm not perfect. You know, nobody is. And so for you, it was just easy to share those things with you. You made it easy because I didn't feel like you were going to judge me. Like, I felt no judgment. Anytime I said anything, he was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about that," or "Oh, there's no judgment." You know, you made it a safe space. So it was like I just kept wanting to purge. Like, I just kept wanting to talk. So I was like, "Oh, I want to tell him everything."
Yeah.
And we just didn't have, you know, a lot of time. So I was just impressed by that you just took, you know, a couple hours out of your day, like going just to come to see me and then go back. It was.
So did you ever
amazing.
have any doubts? Like, was there at any point where you just felt like, I'm not so sure about this one?
Have I ever had any doubts? Like when, like in the beginning, like very
just
beginning, or just in general?
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever had any doubts?
Or you question whether or not we would be able to formulate a relationship?
Yeah. And not because of anything about you, but just some things about me. That I was kind of thinking, you know, he has all this education. He has a master's degree, and then, you know, but you had like 2 degrees, right? Like,
Well,
yeah, okay. Well, anyway, he don't like to talk about it, but a couple of degrees, and you know, just highly educated, speaks very well. I'm Southern. I have an accent. I'm intelligent, but I just never, you know, went to that collegiate level of, you know, success. I never had that or earned that. So I was worried that we couldn't relate on that level. You know what I mean? Because I'm so down to earth and I'm so, like, you know, just chill, and I'm so pressed on all the time. Not all the time, but, you know, most of the time, like when I'm engaging with people or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just thought, okay, what are we going to talk about for the most part? You know, like how are we going to relate? And then just over time, talking to you, it's just like, man, not only am I learning things, you know, it's some things I'm teaching you.
Yeah.
And then there's some things that, you know, you taught me, as far as, you know, just because you have those degrees and all that doesn't make you any better or any less than me. You know? So,
I remember we having this conversation, and I was kind of thinking.
I was worried.
Do you remember when you were like, have you ever met a dummy or something, or somebody that just wasn't smart?
Have you ever dated
and I was
someone
like,
that wasn't smart?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, people with degrees.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, some of the smartest. Yeah, he was like, what did you say? You said some of the most smartest people you ever met didn't have a degree.
Yeah, and then some of the most, I'm trying to say some dummies, but some of some people you will assume would be so smart in terms of, you know, what they retain. They aren't. They really just aren't all that smart. So I remember us having this conversation, and it's something I typically run into because of my educational background from time to time. But in your case, I thought it was sort of like an interesting conversation to have, because like you exuded like so much intellect and intellectuality. You know what I mean? And it's like, certain things you learn, and certain concepts, certain verbs, and certain words that I would use because I've been inundated by educational environments. But it's semantics. It's just words you just learn in environments. So it's certain words I just know because I've been surrounded by people who speak in certain ways, but they're no more smarter than what we are or anybody else. They just happen to know how to communicate in most cases in ways that come across as being very smart. And for you, it's like I paid attention to like how you operated and how you made sense of like the day-to-day things that you have to make sense of. And that's where intellect really comes into play. Is when you see people make decisions for themselves, and how do they navigate life with what they do know. And it's like, that's what's most important to me. Not a lot of social stuff or social education or whatever the case may be. So it was very interesting having that conversation with you. Because to me, you didn't represent an uneducated woman. Yeah,
I'd tell you that was the only time I've ever been like, okay, are we gonna make it? Like, can we make it? Like, that was the only doubt I ever had. Other than that, anything else, I was just like, we good, like everything, like spiritually, financially, how we receive love, see love, kids, how we handle our kids, like all of that. I was just like, man, God, like this is lining up. It was just the education that I was just worried about. Like I was really like on the verge of like, I don't know if I want you to get to know me, more or better.
I'm glad you got your head on straight behind that one.
Because I was like, oh, I'm scared he gonna find out. Oh Lord, that I talk like I came straight from the slave.
Straight off the. Oh my God. Straight off the slave ship.
Off the slave ship.
Massa be like, no, at least wait, hold on, stop tripping.
Massa, don't treat me like that, Massa. Massa, I do whatever you need, Massa. I do whatever you need, Massa.
Nah, it's been nothing more than see, one thing I will say is that like as we dated, I've learned so much. I think the reality of our relationship is that we probably, and I hope this is a case where we've been mutually beneficial, where we've taught each other important concepts and thoughts and things like that. But that's what I think that the reality has been, is that sometimes you can be formally educated and not know a thing about certain things that are important. And sometimes, just day-to-day stuff you just have no clue about. And then you meet people and they very quick and they're very able to get you on board and get you up to speed on important things that you've never really knew how to handle or been introduced to or whatever the case may be. So I think that's what's been our reality. And, so I think that it's been, regardless of what the barriers may have been, or perceived barriers coming to our relationship, the reality is I think we're quite compatible in mostly every way. And very supportive. And I think you possess all that's required and needed to be somebody that you want to take those steps into the next level with in relationships. So I think you've been more than what I assumed you to be capable of being.
Thank you, babe. So what about you? What doubts, if you had any? What was it?
I think I've already expressed it. The only time I really questioned our relationship was when like immediately after meeting you. I mean, some things you don't learn until days pass. But so we had gotten into a situation where I knew nothing about your past. I knew nothing about nothing. I just knew, like I mentioned before, that you appeared to be a good character. You're very beautiful. And I felt like my intuition was telling me that you were somebody that I could see as a potential person that I can value holistically, not just try to, run through or something like that. I don't know how else to say it. And as I started to learn not just the things that I thought, you had overcome, I started to learn, things you had gone through and things that you were still dealing with. Not you still in the valley on some things. And I was most concerned about your brother's situation, recently being divorced within a certain period of 2 years, like I mentioned before, and a few other little things sprinkled in that little things becomes a mountain. Things become a mountain when you have a lot already on your shoulders. And then I started to think, because I knew right away I didn't want to come in and do you wrong. That wasn't my personality. That wasn't something I was looking to do with anybody I would have met. So I couldn't guarantee in my mind if we knew enough about each other to guarantee that we would make it. And I didn't want anything to happen with us trying to get to know each other that would lead down a path where we wouldn't want to be together. And then ultimately that would come back and be something hurtful. Because if you come into this relationship authentically trying to build a relationship, you should have some disappointment if it doesn't end. If you're fine with it after it ends, then you never came in with a heart for me. At least to get to know me. Or disappointment must set in. So that's what I kind of that was a period where I really had to think, like, do I even want to try to date? Because dating is so complicated, and most dating ventures don't work out. And will this lead to being something else that'll add on to the many different things you were dealing with within that 2-year period? And I just didn't know if that was something I wanted to be a part of.
Jump in.
But like I mentioned, it was just like an ongoing little thought. But I did enjoy you. I didn't have any real reasons not to want to be in your life. And over time, I started realizing, well, we got this for us, so we might as well just continue on, because I felt like you were a personality that I could see myself being there at the right time in your life, as you have been for me, to uplift and to embellish and to support. Maybe that's what my role is.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why God had us meet at this particular time in life, because there are certain things I'm dealing with and I've dealt with, not so detrimental to some people, might be small to some people, but I'm a human being at the end of the day, and you have been strength for me in certain areas. So we've met each other. We both met each other at the time. We probably need each other most, if you consider it throughout life.
Exactly. So yeah, I thank God that he did place you in my life at this time, because it just helped. It just helped to open me up, because I really feel like I was about to just close off and just be so guarded and so just shut down and just in my own little world. And that would have not been helpful for anybody, going forward. And I'm not just talking about, if I got into a different romantic relationship, not even, relationship with my kids, my mom, my parents, anybody, if I'm just so, shut down just because of pain and just, life. So I just decided to be happy and just live life, like continue to live. So I just appreciate, you and, God. I appreciate God for sending you at that time, because you did help heal some of those, wounds and some of those open spaces that, God allowed you to work on. Not things that I needed to work on for myself, but just those places that nobody else could touch. You know?
The Bible says, when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And it's one thing for us to kind of work over people, but when you really feel like you're a true person of God, not from a religious perspective, but just spiritually, you just have a connection to God. You will see certain areas of people within their lives that you feel like God highlights for you, so you can shine in to be a strength to that person in that particular area. And I can reiterate it, that you've been that for me most authentically and honestly, and I appreciate you for that. And I think just from hearing how we talk and hearing you right now, I've been there for you.
Exactly.
So
most definitely.
So that's good that our relationship has that type of value to it.
Exactly. So y'all, on that note, we're gonna end it. I think that's a strong place to stop.
Strong. strong.
Right.
All mass protoplasm.
Oh my God.
Biceps and triceps everywhere.
He always showing out. All right, guys. So we're going to go. We're going to let y'all go. We're going to continue to lay here and just hang out on the couch for a couple more hours. So until next time. Peace.
Alicia, if you have, I just want to know, how has your dating experience been since you've been dating me? Okay, you don't like that question. All right. Maybe you didn't like that question. So let me ask you this question: how did you know you like? He's a wonder.
Come on now.
In my soul.
Yeah, Baba.
Bless his name. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Brian. Compton and Longview together now. You know we get trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. 2 loped up G's going crazy. Death Row is the label that
pays me. Yay, that's that Mary J right there.
Dang, you taking up all the orange space on the dancing though.
Really? Like you gotta have all them. You be showing.
You think you outdance me though? You do something, I do it.
So I think I'm knocking out dancing.
What you gonna do? Cabbage Patch.
Get it. Get it.
Cabbage Patch. Cabbage Patch.
Oh.
You gotta go the right way. You gotta go the right way. Go the right. Go. Yep. Dip out.
Oh, dip out. Okay.
Dip out.
Hey. Oh, we lose the lights. Get it. Hey, get it. Hey, get it. I think those glasses give me my alter ego.
I'm the original Lisa Mack. A lady by the name of Lisa. She is the best thing I ever seen. But you gotta know what I mean when I say I know a girl named Alicia.
Hey,
She go by the original name Lisa.
Come on, man.
She's the best. The best thing I ever seen.
Oh,
But you go. You got to know.
Yeah,
You got to know what I mean when I say you a dream.
Aww. I love you.
I love you too. What he got on? I don't know about him. You know he too old for some skinny jeans. I don't know about him. I got to talk to Alicia.